sensation will rule the nation on face-to-face basis when we blast off. It's real on the dance floor, on the turf of the court. Yeah, we here for the sport, so take your mask off so I can hear your ass talk. Let me hear you explain. Hold the thoughts on your brain. Is your ass smart? Spit facts and real talk. I need that shit from the street that make you think real deep and take a long walk. This podcast is hella lit with my man JD Fence and Schizo Blizzard.
What it do, family? Back at it. Mask Uncovered Podcast, man. We back in the building, man. You see it, man. Yo, y'all got to start subscribing and liking the channel, man. You're going to get the alerts when the new videos drop. But again, this is J Defense, JAYDFENCE. And on my right,
you know who it is, your boy Hollywood Skiz. Like my dog said, we getting a lot more feedback though. Thanks, you know what I mean? I got a lot more people saying what they would like of us to do, what not to do. Some people didn't like my glasses and shit. You don't see them on this week because I understand, you know, where they get
dirty ass glasses back on, man.
Fuck them glasses right now, shit. But thanks for the support. We appreciate that. So we're gonna get into what we do. Fence.
You know what time it is, man. This is what always open up our show with that specialized, that special D rink. Hollywood's gonna create some concoction. Something that is Auntie taught him when he was 5 years old. What's the drink of the day, baby?
Yo, actually, this is some good shit. Well, yo, I already tasted it this time. A lot of the times, I do the drink of the day. I just be tasting that shit.
So you be winging it?
Nigga, man, some of that shit, I was like, tastes good. That shit be off. Now, I fuck with y'all, but this shit right here, I call it the Blue Martin. It's the Remy.
Like Martin Lawrence? Or like Blue Street? Or something?
So this is what you get your Remy, obviously. Got my ice. Ice in here. Shit, while I'm making this shit. Hey, what you motherfuckers think about the lady and the sister giving the funeral for their brother who was murdered in Maryland? I think they said it was a robbery. It's an attempted robbery, but it wasn't attempted. He dead. They give a party for the dude, prop him up at the party.
At the club.
You seen that shit? That shit wild, but a couple pastors got on there. Got the blueberry, this shit's the blueberry Red Bull, some new shit. But the pastor was on there talking about, man, that's crazy. That what's this world come to? How you gonna have a dead body at a club and all that? I get where he going, but man, that's the mother. If you listen to the mother, she said homeboy partied all his life. Like that's how she wanted her son to go out. So I don't know, nigga. That ain't really nobody's business.
Yo, and what's crazy, just to tap on that, how
I see it, right?
Different. Oh, whoa, you can't do that without that.
My fault, cuzzo.
But not the label on it, but like it's ironic how
make one for my man. Go ahead.
Each
You want one?
Hell no, I won't.
Watch your fucking mouth. Yeah.
I might try one.
Put the fucking camera on this motherfucker. Y'all want to see this nigga is?
He got control of it. He can turn it off us at any given time.
Y'all want to see how the nigga look before and after? Shit, they keep talking that shit.
That's before and after, though.
Security, we got budget now.
Yeah.
Security.
He been looking like that since
Blue Martin, y'all. Remy. Yo. I'm sorry. Keep talking.
No, but real talk though. Like different. People have different burial practices. Like whether you're in India, Africa, wherever. Like some people bury the next day. Like just so the Western identity created that this is the standard for how you're supposed to have a burial, whatever. I'm not saying I agree or disagree, but like if people live their lives a certain way. And then this is his family members saying like, okay, this is what his heart was into and into the clubs and all of this stuff. And to have that as part of his burial, this is what he wanted.
But does the pastor have a point? I mean, it is odd, nigga, you come to the club and the dead nigga. You ever dance with a dead nigga?
No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not. No. Listen, but what you got to understand though is right. Like the Western identity created what we're supposed to move, feel, and think. Right. Like if you somewhere else, just like how we don't eat alligator or eat rats and mouse. Like so, if you're somewhere else, that's a delicatessen. So all I'm saying is right. So according to what we do and how we do it with the burial. That sounds absurd, right?
Right.
But who am I to say this is his family members, right? Like, and they was able to bring him and they propped him up on stage while his friends performed and shit, and did the show. Yep. So
is there
now
another society that does this?
Well,
listen, throughout the world, from the beginning of man, people have been taking their dead and sending them off. Whether you put them on a barge and light them on fire.
Now wait a minute. Hold on. No. Watch this.
If you look at other countries, there's all type of different shit.
Hold on. Let me beat them up with this. Let me beat you up with this. Fuck other countries. New Orleans. What do?
They prop people up.
So you was agreeing that?
That's it. That's what I'm saying. What you guys are talking about only happens in New Orleans.
But at least, so all I'm saying
that shit was in Maryland, nigga. That's what you talking about.
Well, okay,
Maryland,
so
nigga.
In New Orleans, they do the I forgot the name of it, but they march through the streets of New Orleans with the body and so forth. So they definitely have a different burial practice than our typical, I'll just say East Coast because that's all I'm familiar with, practices. So I'm not going to knock what they did. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say, they messed up or they did right, but I'm just saying.
Who are you to knock them?
Who
the fuck are you to knock them more than another?
I'm siding with the pastor, but this ain't my podcast.
It is now. Like, you
see the door right there. Nigga, coffee and all type of shit in the lobby, nigga.
Okay.
Say shit, nigga.
What's your cash app? Say it live on television.
Yeah, you a LeBron fan, ain't you?
Yeah, right, I'm a LeBron fan.
All right, so what the fuck him and Kareem beefing about? Nigga, like, fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I know you all seen this in the news. Kareem criticizing LeBron. I think basically for handling, some of it was handling the COVID situation when Andrew Wiggins said he didn't want to take the shot. And I think LeBron was saying he agreed with Andrew Wiggins just making a decision for himself. He wasn't making this a farce or anything. And I think just Kareem took it too far. He's saying LeBron's made statements that's degrading. You know what I mean? Like, I think Kareem mad LeBron about to pass his ass #1 scorer in NBA history. Like, that could be a little bit of because that's all Kareem was really known for. Like, now I won't say that because he was an activist and everything. But what I'm saying is,
change that motherfucker.
No,
real quick.
What the fuck is you niggas laughing at? No, the biggest accomplishment is the leading scorer in the NBA history, Kareem. That's his most.
That's the least of his accolades
for basketball.
Oh, basketball.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, in his life.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, basketball.
I said basketball.
But hold on, you talking about? You said.
I said what?
That's the only thing that you think Kareem basketball accomplishments.
No, I ain't say that.
None of his championships.
Did you have some of the blue money?
No,
I said the most important is if you know Kareem, the first thing that's going to come up is saying the leading scorer in NBA history. There's no one.
I think he'll throw away the leading scorer in NBA history and rely on those rings because they play to win championships. That's what me personally, huh?
My ass.
Yes, but 6.
Yeah.
ABA in the ABA, right? Do they count?
No.
No. That was NBA, right? Milwaukee.
NBA got 6.
Yeah.
Yep. No, nigga.
No, he got at least 5 with Magic, right?
Hell no.
No, he got 4 with Magic and 1 with Milwaukee.
Yeah. That sounds better. But what I'm saying is, the rings. Everybody got rings. The most that's significant. There's no one else the leading scorer in NBA history but Kareem. Nigga, rings. Nigga, Kobe got rings. Jordan got rings. So it can't be rings. What the fuck is a ring now to the best?
To the best, right? Okay. So if LeBron is this generical or this societal's victory person of everybody loves LeBron. What's his only knock? He doesn't have as many rings as Michael Jordan, right? So rings, championships, a lot of people will say, listen, I don't care about those statistical numbers. I'm a winner. Like, these guys are winners by nature. They just want to win championships. You got to remember what Kareem was doing at UCLA, too. So it's like, between him and Bill Russell, the most decorated NBA players, just basketball players of all time. Like, so.
He shared rings with everybody. Million niggas got rings. You don't share the title of the leading scorer in NBA history with nobody. So that's more significant than a ring.
You believe that Jabbar's beef is that LeBron's about to pass him?
I think he's showing his my opinion. He's emotional about that.
I think during that game, though, the game prior to that, the young lady was interviewing him, and he said that, yeah, like, LeBron's gonna pass me, and I'm okay with that. You think he was capping?
Of course I do. That's why I made the statement, motherfucker.
All right, so now what's crazy, because I love this type of conversation, because now we about to go to this spot. All right, so like,
wrong. Y'all first admit you're wrong. Everybody got a fucking ring.
All right, so watch this then. Okay, right? So not everybody, but we'll say this. Okay, so we'll say this. Okay, so who did LeBron just pass?
Malone.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So Karl Malone was the second all-time leading scorer in NBA history.
Yeah.
Do you put Karl Malone above everybody else in NBA history? I'll just name power forward. How about how about Charles Barkley?
No.
How about Kevin McHale? How about Tim Duncan? How about just go down the line? So
that's debatable, but I don't myself. That's a debate.
But why not? He's the second leading scorer. That's the most important. That's the one thing that you have.
No, the first. Fuck second. Second don't mean shit. The first is what I'm saying. If you're the first,
so you
nigga. If you lose a race, nigga, you second. Fuck them. Remember second place.
So you thinking that just being number one all-time leading scorer, means more to Kareem than his rings, his championship, and everything? Yeah. That's the most important. Okay, so you want to put all that weight onto that.
Yeah.
And then when I say the second leading scorer of all-time NBA history, that don't mean shit. Like.
No, second don't mean first to me. It never will.
Wow, that's good to know.
Second niggas never remember. I ain't remember. I don't remember who he passed. I just know Kareem's next. Second place don't mean shit.
I mean,
when a nigga win the chip, I barely remember who they play. I just remember the champion.
I'm glad you said that. Like, it's different to head, because I'm like, you gonna put all that weight on the number one leading scorer. You don't have no weight to the second, third, fourth, fifth. Like, none of that matters at all.
Nigga, I'm a champion at heart. I just think winning.
See, you're a champion at heart. So winning means what?
Everything.
Championships.
Yeah.
Not scoring. Oh, now we got to back it up. What means more to you?
No, I'm saying the question is to Kareem.
Uh-huh.
I said the being the leading scorer in NBA history. That's unique. No one else that.
Everything.
Yeah, because we're going second place is what I'm saying. Okay. Meaning I don't want to be second.
Okay.
To nothing in the championship with rings, scoring second means nothing. That's what I meant.
So then now, if you have more rings than me, then I should always be second if I have more rings than you. So if I got 6 championship rings, and you have 5 championship rings, then I should be considered better than you.
No, nigga, you listen. Fuck us. I said the second place. I don't give a fuck if you got 6 rings. If you lose next year to the champion in the championship, you were second place. I don't know who you are, is what I'm saying. Second place means nothing no matter how many chips you got to me.
Okay, I agree with that. Let's throw that out now. Mm-hmm. So now, if we was able to compare players and we said, okay, what matters most to you? You said winning matters most to you.
This is a new conversation because we ain't talking about Kareem.
All right, so we ain't going to do that. All right, so we ain't going to do that. All right,
sip on this blue fucking Martin.
So because we could go all day, because that's just beating that damn head down. But speaking of the championship.
Watch that show on HBO, Winning Time, about the Lakers Dynasty.
The Lakers Dynasty. Yeah.
He's married to a white woman.
And I need to start watching that show, because neither did I.
He got a big we can't talk about Kareem tonight, but that nigga got a big Muslim history where he was involved in niggas was trying to run up in his crib, ran in the wrong crib. Like it's some other shit with Kareem, but we don't got time for that tonight.
Yeah, but
this other shit.
Yeah, I know. We definitely didn't even get into LeBron. LeBron's done so much outside of basketball, and I just wanted to give respect to LeBron. Yeah. I mean, as a basketball,
he's not even second place.
Yeah. As a basketball player, that's something different. I don't.
He made the play out.
I don't even like. I'm not a LeBron James fan at all, but I do respect and I love greatness, right? And
Thank you.
I just respect it, and I know that he's one of the greatest of all time. I definitely wouldn't put him in my top nickel, but either way, that's a different story for a different day. Now, but speaking of champions, right? Like, so we know we just had the NCAA championship. We know that. First of all, we got to get a women some love, man. And my girl Dawn Staley, man, led South Carolina to a victory, man, over Connecticut.
Powerhouse.
Yeah,
South Carolina might be the new powerhouse.
Yeah, and I hope so, man. Hopefully they can run off a ring like Connecticut did, man.
Yep.
And just respect to them, man. And we definitely got to give a shout out. And what's my girl name? Destany Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
She won the MVP, 26 points, 4 assists. She stuck around. She fourth-year player, came in, one of the top recruited high school players, sat on the bench for a couple of years, and she didn't transfer. She didn't go to that transfer portal, and she just continued to work hard and stayed at South Carolina, and it paid off for her, man. She won the championship and MVP, man. So shout out to them.
Yeah, women basketball is getting more exciting to me than it was before. I like watching it now. Shout out to you ladies stepping it up, because I see some of these women doing amazing shit on the court that I never thought I'd see. Like, I don't know why the WNBA is not bigger than it is, because I think it's a lot of talented women out there. So shout out to these women out here.
And without the athleticism, better players, better like sound fundamental players, I think.
Then what?
Than the NBA players are today. Like the NBA players now are 3-point shots or dunking, right? And I think that the women's game is way more skilled in fundamentals, obviously because they don't have the athleticism. So it's a lot more back cutting, screening, rebounding, positioning. Like they have so much more of the floor game that we knew basketball to be.
Yeah, I agree that. Not skilled, though. I wouldn't say that's more skilled than NBA players. But I'm not going to go down that road.
Fundamental. I guess. Yeah,
you're right. Fundamentals is more important to women because they're not physically.
And definitely, like I've coached women and boys and girls, and it's so ironic. Like when I coach the girls, I'm like, okay, run and play, do this, and they execute immediately.
I
and
agree.
Then when you get the guys, they think they're so fast. They think
great point.
And they just be like, okay, well, I'm just going to cross them up, or I'm just going to dribble 2,000 times, like whatever it is. It's like it's just a different game. But keeping top with that. We got to look at the men's basketball championship game, UNC versus Kansas.
Great. I mean,
Kansas came back 15 down, largest deficit at halftime. But again, going back to both games, and then what's his name? Agbaje, Okoche Agbaje. I'm sorry if I messed your name up. Agbaje, who's a guard, 6'5". He won the MVP. Sure. Now, his numbers was 12.3 rebounds. Destany Henderson, she won MVP for the females, 26 points, 4 assists. So I'm looking at the men's game, and this is what I'm saying about the difference in how the game has changed. Look at just college basketball. And to your point, I don't know why the WNBA isn't more popular than it is. Obviously not more popular than the NBA. I'm not saying that, but at least it'd be a little bit more popular. But look, when was the last time we seen somebody 12? Are you kidding me? Like 12 points to win MVP. No. He's like, no. Like, dog, 12 points, 3 rebounds is the MVP of the championship game. Kansas. Whatever happened today? 25 points, 10 rebounds, 4 blocks.
Usually it is, though.
30 points.
Not 26, but I mean
12 points, 3 rebounds?
But he's still the MVP of that whole tournament to me. He balled out. Not that game. I see what you're saying with the numbers, but that's not probably why he got it. It's like he's the reason they got there.
Okay. We're talking about, so now we're talking about the MVP of the championship game.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is the same way Boston won Player of the Year for South Carolina. She won every award.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
But she got him there.
Right.
Starney Henderson had the game of her life. She won MVP of that game.
Okay.
So all I'm saying is, although you got me there, how's the men's MVP sitting up here with 12 points?
I mean, you gotta give it to somebody.
That's my point, right? But look how horrible that game. Kev G, I hope you watching this because I agree with you. He put it on Facebook.
Yeah.
When the hell did this ever happen? The MVP of a men's college basketball tournament, the NCAA tournament, 12 points. Yo, the kid, he went to the free throw line, like, to put him up, to tie the game. He's breaking free throws. He was 1 for 4 from 3-point line, 3 for 8 from the free throw line. And I'm like, he won MVP. So all I'm saying, no knock to him. Congratulations. You're telling me that somebody, Destany Henderson, scored 26 points, her best game, right?
Yeah.
Nobody in the men's college game can get us 25 points, 10 rebounds, 20 points, 10 assists. Like those were the numbers that we were used to seeing. Like, am I?
Like, let's not act like this is just commonplace. This game, that championship game, was an outlier.
Why? Is the
Because
game
it's
changing?
never happened before. Do you predict it's going to happen again next season?
Yeah. Do you know who won the MVP last year?
No.
Nobody, because it was the COVID season. But anyway, yeah. No, actually, it was the championship last year. But either way, the numbers. Let's just look at this year. Like again, when you're watching these games, you want to see greatness. You want to see the number 1 overall pick, like through the tournament, through the Final Four. North Carolina beat Duke. That was the first time, we have to mention that. That was the first time Duke and North Carolina met in the tournament in the history of their basketball. And then North Carolina beat them. And then you sit up there and fall down. Like, that's insane to me.
My
But
biggest disappointment was seeing Mike Krzyzewski coach his last game. But outside of that, it didn't even move me.
Hey, man,
I was glad he coached his last game, losing to North Carolina. Personally,
that whole game didn't move me, man. Let's move on.
Yeah, what else we got?
Shit, we gonna go into that Tony Rock. Red lightly. You seen the
mask off, gloves off.
Yeah.
This nigga just did 20 years coming in this bitch. He still got, put the camera, he still got his jumpsuit on and shit. But fucking Tony Rock, nigga, who believe a nigga that tough like
T-Rock?
he went on stage. He did a comedy show and shit. So of course he's emotional about his brother. He playing Pop when he come on. He talking Pop. Oh yeah, we played Pop. Oh yeah.
Oh
nigga.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, I think he died right for his brother, but I mean, he said we're gonna put ground rules. We're gonna set some ground rules. You come up here, you're gonna get hands. I don't believe him. That's all I'm saying. Like I think he emotional, but man, right nigga jump on that stage. Fuck Tony Rock gonna do, y'all. I mean, honestly, the nigga don't look intimidating to me, and that's just my opinion, man. That's all.
My thing though, like, don't sleep. Them cats, man, they from the bottom too. Them boys was sitting up there. You think Tony Rock, like, you think that boys work with a fork and spoon, like a silver spoon?
No.
But we all seen Everybody Hates Chris.
So all I'm saying is, yo, T-Rock, now,
Softer than his brother.
hell no.
You don't call him.
I don't agree. But also, what y'all gotta remember is that he worked with Will and Jada on the show, all of it. They wrote and produced that show, so he was with Lisa Ray and everything. So Tony Rock was on that show, so he know Will just as much as anybody else.
He called him?
I think he called him Yeah, a whole
Will
bunch
the
of stuff.
fuck Tony Rock up?
I'm not saying that he will or won't, but all I'm saying is that
He says 10 brothers, all 10 of them, all
listen,
10 of them niggas from Somalia.
Yo, just because some cats got some, like, I'm just saying, Tony Rock. I think that Tony Rock. I'm just saying, standing up for his brother. He's the one that.
Nah, good shout out to him standing up for his brother.
Yeah.
Like, man, this is Mass Uncovered, Tony. Like, this is our opinion. It's just our opinion,
like,
man.
listen, at least talk a good one. But yo, next time I see Will at Noble, it's on. Like, none of that.
Oh, he just walked. This is brother. This is Pop. Oh yeah, yo,
Yeah.
Pop. Oh yeah.
But
Nigga,
you heard what he
See
said
what happened
though.
to him.
nigga T. Man, real quick, man. I'll get off of this. T.I. did the same crazy shit. Ran on stage. Chick was talking about the relationship him and Tiny had with bringing chicks in and allegations, and he ilt on a chick on stage. I just say this to say, man, it's getting dangerous to be a comedian. Comedians are like rappers now out here.
But did he put hands on her?
He jumped on the stage because bumped her, took the mic from her. Bitch is what I'm hearing, allegedly. Like, this is not me saying anything. This is from the information I'm gathering. He's and it's a video where he jump on stage that he shows and bumping her, grabbing her. He's intimidating her. If you look at it, and I'm thinking, man, it's getting dangerous to be a rapper. I mean, a comedian. Like, I guess it's a debate we might have later down the line. Is what's crossing the line when it comes to a comedian?
Run up on Corey Holcomb on stage if you want to.
Yeah.
Corey Holcomb, I think he about it, but if it get to rap, nigga, like, he ain't the toughest nigga in the world.
No.
So if it get crazy, is what I'm saying. Like, where's it going? Niggas gonna be shooting out at comic shows, is what I'm saying. Like, that's ridiculous.
What I'm saying. It's like,
it's ridiculous. Is what I'm saying.
Everybody got a pass. Everybody got a homeboy. Everybody got security. Everybody got this, that,
That's
and the
what I'm
other.
saying, cuz.
But it's supposed to be about changing and who you are. So Will Smith was way above where he dropped himself to be. So, and then I think Chris Rock stood up heavy to where he is in life. So, yeah. I'm just saying, like, to not retaliate, like, to not get out of character. I'll just say Will Smith got out of character, Chris Rock did. That's all. But, again, we ain't gonna beat that up. So, staying with something like that. 50 Cent went in on social media telling them boys, listen, Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, Monique need to have her shot again. Oprah, whoever, y'all need to go ahead on and apologize to Monique. Y'all had that beef with her through Precious and all that stuff, but she was winning the Oscar. She didn't want to go through that little trial and tribulation of traveling and promoting the Oscars, and then y'all want to, turn y'all back on her. Even Steve Harvey had some shit to say, like, "Oh, she ain't do it the right way." She's like, "Well, listen, I don't want to sell
Did
out."
you hear Steve Harvey sounded like a clizown? That nigga was like, I'm not sacrificing my family for some. He sold out to me on that, man, on that show him and Monique had. Well,
Yeah, I know. Right.
Steve Harvey killing out here.
Steve, it was the coon language to me.
It was.
He's like, play their game.
It's a money game.
It's the money game. Play their game, to get your money up, get your family together. Like, that's what matters. And
get some more ice, cuz?
Yeah, facts. And then Monique sitting up there like, yo, listen, man, like, bump that money. Like, it's about integrity, but also people that's coming up behind us. Like, I got to make sure that the people that's coming behind us got...
We've been fighting this fight for 300 years on how to do this. Like the Martin or Malcolm. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, it's a play their game, or it's a now we're gonna do this our way. And it was Malcolm X or Martin Luther King. Turn the other cheek or by any means necessary. It's the Jay-Z or the Dame Dash version. Like, it's
right.
You know what I mean? Like,
you got it.
It's always the same fight.
Yeah.
But
So I guess what I'm getting at is neither one of them are wrong. You know what I mean? Monique's like, nah, like, well, I'm gonna do this. Like, I'm a nigga. And I'm gonna do this the nigga way. And Steve Harvey, Oprah, Lee Daniels, and Tyler Perry's like, nah, that's not how you got to do it, man. You gotta coon your way to the top, and then change the game from within. But you got to smile on their face first. You can't be angry.
Nigga, obviously she won the way she did it. She's a stand-up chick. Because Lee Daniels just apologized, 50 on the side, so she did it the right way. She didn't have to coon out.
That's the part
and she back on top.
So Monique was doing a comedy special. Lee Daniels came up on stage.
You should try
apologized. That's what I'm doing. Lee Daniels came up on stage, apologized, even said it like, you know, once you start getting fame and money, you change. This ain't verbatim, but along the lines of once you start getting fame and money, you let people start getting in your ear. This was my sister. This was somebody that I really loved and respected, and I let other things change my mindset about you. So now I want to apologize right here in front of everybody. We will be working together again.
That's real easy to do now that I got the bag.
Facts. So that's what you just said.
That's what he was saying.
What you just
but
said.
He admitted to it. That's what he said.
Now, this is the thing about Steve Harvey.
All right, so great. So now I'm apologizing after the fact. Like now I'm humbling myself, or I'm saying that maybe I was wrong. Like now that I'm good. Not that saying Lee Daniels wasn't established then.
Yeah.
But like he's in so much of a better place now. 5 years, 6 years removed from all that Monique Netflix special and going through all what she was going through with them and all that. For him now to come back and be like, my bad.
No, I agree. But I'm still glad he did it, and she thought it was sincere, so that's all that counts.
And it probably was sincere.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but let's get so much negative going on with us. First of all, Monique's a dog. Like, nigga, how she handled the whole shit. Monique's a dog, nigga. It ain't too many dog chicks. Like, man, hats off to Monique. Like, it ain't too many chicks like that who would go the whole way. Her family was affected by this shit. A lot of stuff, she was affected by it emotionally, and she stood in there, and she won. She didn't cave into this bullshit that most people cave into. They got to coon it their way to the top, and when motherfuckers tell her jump, fetch, they jump and fetch. She stood her ground.
She stood up from the beginning. Now I agree with what you were saying, Uncle Bobby. Right now, I'm gonna say this because, like you said, now he got the bag. Now he's in a better position. It's okay for him to start saying some stuff. Now watch this. Steve Harvey, when she was on the Steve Harvey show, Ben had the bag. Ben secured the bag. Yeah. She was on this show. He's still cooning, stepping fetching. He's sitting up there saying like, play the game. Yeah. Baby girl, we got to keep playing the game. Let's keep getting the money, whatever. Yeah. And it's like, so like you said, the Jay-Z, the Dame Dash. Like, do you want to, like, how much money do you really need? How much money do you really want, right? To this point, where you're not yourself, right. Where I'm selling out who I truly am. Like, so now I'm really not going to be who I really want to be. I'm the person that you grew up spending food stamps, going to stores, eating grilled cheese sandwiches for dinner, breakfast, lunch, whatever. And like now, I'm worth a few million. Right?
That shit outside.
So I'm not even going to spend all the money I've made. I'm making generational wealth now. But yet and still, when they call me, I come. Instead of helping, and I don't want to say Steve and them don't help other ways, whatever. But yeah, he definitely, they definitely have deaf programs. So I'm not knocking Steve. Congratulations to him.
Nigga said the best thing to do to a poor person, to help a poor person, is not be one of them. That's what he said out of his mouth. He just don't use the right words, man. Like, I can't be poor to bring the rest of my people up. Like, I get what he's saying, but in the context, in the situation, in the conversation, man, people looking down on the way he left his girl, Monique, which everybody left her. Even Kevin Hart came out and apologized for not stepping up because he had the platform to make it better. He apologized a while back, like, Monique, I'm sorry, I didn't step up at the time. I had a voice. Like, Kevin Hart's the biggest comedian in the world. That platform get no bigger.
And a lot of people, just because you didn't see Monique like you were seeing Kevin Hart, Like a lot of people think that
Shit,
these
good as
comedians
shit.
are not making moves. They're not doing shows. Monique was still popping. Monique was still doing shows. Monique wasn't sitting at the crib in no fucking bathrobe, like broken poor. Like she was still eating, right? So, but it's funny because that's going to actually lead us into the masculine covered question of the day, right? The way I'm about to bring it. Go ahead.
Okay, this is what we known for. It's what maybe y'all been waiting for. It's what we do all the time about this time. Mass uncovered topic of the day. Take it, Jay. D.
Along those lines, thinking about Monique and so forth, acting black, being black, and talking black. What is it like, or what is your concept of talking black? Because it's a different transition. We could still bring Monique in and so forth. But the idea of when we have individuals that's educated or talking regular English, not proper English, but enunciating words, why is that considered talking white versus talking black? Where do you go with that?
Right. And to further go with this, he's meaning if motherfucker, you know how motherfuckers say, damn, that sound black, like that sound white.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that really something? Like, do we have our own language? And we can go back to slavery. Like this is wide topic and it goes everywhere because it's a history of it too with talking black, and that's what I'm a focus on. Like our slang. A lot of people might think is ignorant, but that's our talk. Like I can talk black, but I'm not ignorant because when I'm in the forum of people who are so-called educated or more articulate, if you might say, than the others, I can conduct myself in the same manner with them. I just, same as getting off work, drinking a beer, chilling out. That's what I call, and I'm not going to confine it to talking black. I just say, when I go home and chill, I'm me. So I talk how I talk. And I nigga, fuck you, nigga. I don't pronounce every word. I throw in nouns in front of verbs and all type of shit. Make our own words. Like that's comfortable for us around us. So anybody who thinks it's ignorant just don't understand it, and maybe they don't have the intellect to chime in with us. Maybe that's what it is. But I don't.
So you do feel it's a different language altogether? You think that's?
Yeah, I think I don't think it's a different language, right? Could we call it that? It's just a different way we use the English language.
But you're saying you won't talk like that at work? When you're at work?
Well, at my job, it depends on what job you have.
No, generalization.
Generally, because then you wouldn't have a job, is what I'm saying. I might want to talk like that, but I might have to talk to the phone and try to get clients to buy stocks or something.
Right.
I can't talk like on the block completely. I can use block education, knowledge, but I can't use the same words. So it's definitely different dialect talking the way we talk than to talk in the regular, proper English language.
You know what? So, I don't really want to change the whole dynamic, but okay. So we know, okay. No. What I was going to say, this. No, let me say this, and then we can go from there. Because I think that everybody would agree that if I'm at a 9-to-5 job, I can't go into the job and say, hey, homeboy, you going to send me an email today? Obviously, we're going to talk a little different, right? So I think that's kind of set us up.
You say that. You could have came a little harsher than that, nigga.
Yeah, I know.
Say,
right,
hey, who the fuck is you, nigga?
Right.
The Wayans? But yeah, I got you, cuzzo.
Hey, homeboy. Nah, listen. Nah.
You can say that.
Okay. Right.
That's proper
I that was being unique, right?
Yeah, okay, go ahead. I got you.
But I think let's drop it down a little bit more towards just our own community. Because I think that we know that even we all joke about it. It's in the black community that we joke about it. We see all the Facebook posts, the reels and stuff where they say, oh, at home I talk like this, but then when I get on the phone or at the job I talk like that. So we kind of know the way we're supposed to behave or speak. I don't want to say behave. The way we're supposed to speak in front of a different crowd or a work environment. Mm-hmm. Now, what about amongst your own family and friends? So what if I went to a private school? What if I went to a private school from, first grade to 8th grade, and I know how to enunciate my words? And now I'm around my cousin. I'm around my friends and family, and I'm sitting up here and I'm speaking. Right, like, I think I'd rather keep it more towards that, because I think the other way is like, it's so easy. Like, that's done. Like, we know that we have a certain way of speaking, and we really can't speak that way. Well, we can take it either way. But all in all, how do we feel about the way our own kind treat us when we speak with proper language?
That's always been a thing, right? So when education's always going to understand education, right? So if you went to a private school and you're around your cousins that also went to a private school or to a predominantly white school, then yeah, they speak the same language. Now, when your kids, not your kids personally, your kids in general, went to school in Natick, and you're around your kids that went to school in, I don't know, English, then yeah, there's gonna be a different language barrier.
It just is complete. Like that's just it is.
But it's too bad. It's too bad when you see brothers and sisters who speak with quote unquote proper English get looked at as talking white. That's
you got problem. That.
That's
you
my
had
point.
To get that.
That's my point.
I got it in the hood. Right. But you know where I didn't get it? When I was in DC around, or in Atlanta around other black folks that are doing all right.
Well, what about at rec time and shit? How'd you talk?
So
excuse me, sir. Can you pass the?
So you know what's funny with that is you turn out nah, man. I'm say the wrong shit to you, still get punched in the face.
My nigga. Yeah. My nigga. You just say it proper. I will punch you in the face if you say something bad to me.
Like, watch my fist. Here comes my fist. Now, fuck with that.
You end up being a nigga just writing everybody's letters.
Oh man, right. Canteen be on zero.
Yo, you like, your grandmother died.
I told you nigga leave you a half a soup in your canteen, nigga. I told you take a Snicker. Nah, but
you end up being that dude.
Yeah. Nah, but it's a different language. It's a language we all have and we all share. Is what I'm saying. We use it. Nigga, we're going to use it after I'm using it now. We're going to use it after the podcast. So it is a different way we talk to each other. That's all. And it's unique.
Yeah, but here's the kicker.
You can't adapt to the other side.
No.
I just... I'll say this, right? Because I have my mother's side, my father's side, two different sides, what have you. And a lot of my cousins, I have cousins on either side. Now, when I'm from projects or what have you, the gutter side, right? And I have cousins that went to private schools all their lives. And when we used to see them, it was almost like laughter. Like, it'd be like, yo, did you hear the way they said that? Or like, hey, like, grandma, can I get a popsicle and stuff like that? Like, they ask it, like, things like that. It blew our mind. So, like, were we ignorant? Like, that's so... Like, why would we treat somebody that is educated or know what to say or how to say it negative, bad? Like, that's...
It's lack of education.
Exactly.
It's lack of it. So that's... But now, it's lack of education. But now, here's the question of the night. What's better? Like, so...
Right.
Now... Because now, mind you, niggas from the hood.
No. Some people with proper education flip it and think what we're talking is fucking ignorant, is what he's saying. Or what?
But also,
you know what I mean?
with that said, you gotta remember, this is the same community that will respect somebody that went to jail for 10 years instead of somebody that went to college for 4 years.
And are we supposed to sit there and praise
No,
that?
no. That's what. No. This is what we're saying is that this is what we're trying to get out. We want people to watch this and be able to say, these are cats that's either been there, done that, seen it, but trying to move forward. Like, all right, where was our ignorance at? That was my ignorance. I could sit up and say that when I was saying ask, like, you know, it was like, damn, like, are you saying ask, like, or ask? Like, should you put the K on it? Like, I didn't know the difference. So at some point I had to learn that. But if somebody, when I was younger and they were saying, okay, ask, I'm like, what the so things of that nature, the same way we was looking at these same individuals that did time, we respected them. Okay, yo, you just got out of jail. Okay, yeah, damn, that's where I want to be. Like that, it was, look how ignorant. So, like you said, it's ignorant.
Yeah.
We all know that now, obviously. But when we were younger, like, okay, so you got to remember what was popular. Like what makes it? Well, not necessarily.
Jail was never.
No. Shit. Listen. I'm gonna tell you.
Nobody wanted to.
Hold on.
Yeah,
People respect. Okay, let me say it like this. Do people respect a rap sheet before they respected a college degree?
Yeah. But still,
So is that?
You're right.
It was like, yo, the road you took. Like, I want to do with it. I want to do all the shit you did. But they still didn't want to end up in that spot.
But you understand the
But
concept.
yeah.
So
the concept,
people respected somebody that did 10 years in the pen instead of somebody that went did a junior college, even a little 2-year degree. If you went in and did 2 years at Bunker Hill and you came back like, yo, I just did 2 years at Bunker Hill, like, they'd be like, oh, nah, my man just got out of jail. He did 10, like, yo, I'm following him.
But if a nigga did 10 years and I'm from the same shit he from, the gutter, and that's all I know, of course I'm going to respect this motherfucker more because that's where I'm going. I'm not focused on my life is not going anywhere but niggas selling these packs, shooting out with these niggas.
Right.
So, of course, this is who I'm looking up to. I don't have no one is pushing me in the direction of, nigga, go to college, go to school. I don't have a father, no father. My mother smoking crack. So, of course, he's a hero.
You're right.
He's
That's
a
the hero.
No, I think some of the issue with that, too, is I think you don't respect people who graduate high school, graduate college because the inner city doesn't know how hard it is to graduate high school, graduate college. Like, we know how hard it is in the joint, in prisons, jail systems, but they have no idea how hard it takes, what it takes to graduate from higher learning. So I don't think that's why we put enough emphasis on completing it.
Man, of course it's a task, but do you think motherfucking graduating from school is harder than living?
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that.
I think doing 4 years in college, I think it's harder than doing 2 years in prison. 2 years in prison is easy. 2 years in prison, somebody's feeding you.
Depending on who you are.
No, like
how about if you that nigga doing the 2 years in college and you gotta go to prison? If you that straight,
one or the other.
No, what I'm saying is he said he thinks it's easier. No, hold on. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They clowning me, but I always get right. Don't let these niggas clown me. But you said it's harder to do 4 years in college than it is to do 2 years in prison.
Right.
Let that motherfucker who did the 4 years in college try to do the 2 years in prison. I bet he couldn't do it.
I disagree.
Prison.
But let the motherfucker that did 2 years in prison try to do 4 years in college.
I think some of the smartest niggas are in prison.
I do too.
All you got to do is read all day. Them niggas are good. Them niggas will do 4 years college in 2 years.
Back to where we started. The language barrier.
It's the wherewithal it takes to do 4 years in college. Listen, how many people go to jail and make it out of jail? I don't know what the percentage is, but most people make it out. Most people don't finish college that start that process.
No choice but to make it out. I mean, like,
no, what I'm saying is like you just
what do you make
have to stay in college.
What do you make?
And that's what makes it more difficult for me to do.
What do you make it out of? Like, nigga, if you make it out of jail, Most of the niggas who make it out of jail got a motherfucking shitload of probation, parole on them. You're not, just because you're outside and you got parole and probation, you're in jail. So what's the percentage for real of making it out of jail when you're on jail when you still got stipulations? You're still in jail. So, and just like college, man, that's a setup, man. That ain't for everybody. Niggas who go to college ain't making no money. Now you got student loans, so you still in college when you're out of college.
Okay.
You still paying student loans till you die.
Right, so I feel like we got off subject on that a little bit.
Right, that's that blueberry Henny, that Remy. Yeah, that's what it was.
We was at the Ida. When I was at the Ida, I think you left. There was one kid that brought.
I chose to leave.
Higher education.
I just said I chose to be lying. I just chose to be lying. Yeah, I just chose to be lying.
Finish that thought. Like that's something else that comes with education as well. To say the term, to use the term higher education means you have some form of education.
Yeah, but let's not fall off the topic of black. Speak like. Go ahead.
Let me get to this point real quick. Like
real quick, right?
The Ida.
Look like you lost some weight too.
When I was at the it was one. It might have been Lucky or one of them cats that had a cousin that went to Curry College, so they brought him up to play ball. I'm like, what is? But if you ask this man a question at that time, like he would answer your question in the full sentence. Like we wouldn't do stuff like that, even at college. Like I was like, yo, what school you go to? Oh, I attend Curry College. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, huh? You know, I'm already lost because of the first 3 words you said. Like, all I asked you was what school.
Yeah, what country you from? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he was just one of the brothers, black dude.
Speak like that, Ukraine.
His high school education was just further than what we see.
But you know what? All of that said and done, right? I'm glad that we just got to kick it, man. It's just 4 black brothers just kicking it right now, and just the idea. It's not like we're trying to create a new way for everybody to think or move, but we're just giving our opinions on how we feel about different subjects and topics. And something like this is, when it comes down to education, how can we stop looking at individuals that's around you and judging them, right? And it's crazy because, especially in the hood, you'll look at a basketball player. I ain't gonna say no names, but we already know him. So, if he's nice and ball, everybody behind him. Yo, go to school, man. Go ahead on, do your thing, man. We want to see you. But if somebody else that ain't nice in ball, ain't nice in music or whatever, and they just went to school, and you came back, it's like, you went to school? Like, what the fuck is school? Like, it's so crazy how different our mindset. We've been brainwashed, really, like to think that sports, drugs, and entertainment, and no other way. So if you come up to me talking a full sentence or saying the actual word "ask," like it's like, where's he from? Like, man, get out of here! Like, yo, go get me the 40. Like, it's just wild.
Yeah, but talking black is
not what you're doing. Nah.
Yeah, I'm talking black all night.
All night. That's all we've been doing.
That's what I'm around. Yeah. So talking black is something we all do, and it doesn't define our education, our personality. It's just for me.
Do you feel that way vice versa as well? That when you speak with proper education, that you're still if you're a person of color, you're a black man, you're a black woman, and you speak with proper vernacular. You still a down brother? Still a down sister?
Yeah, ever since I met you, Carlton Banks.
No, you don't.
Nah, of course, because I'm the black sheep of my family. My mother has her master's. My sister has her master's. My daughter has a of course. Me? Yeah, of course. I've been around it all my life. My mother's a teacher. My sister's a principal. Of course. I respect that. Of course I respect that.
If you came around. But if you came around.
Idiot, huh?
If you came around. Yo, if you came around,
I don't mean rebel like this bad, but you just took another route.
Yeah.
Now, but repeat this question real quick, and we gotta top it off. But if you came around your boys, right, cats you grew up with, if you could think back, but if you just came back around them or what have you, and we was talking like proper English, like do you think they would say, how would they treat you, or would you feel that you would have to speak their language? So let's say that you're 15. So if you're 15 and you have that knowledge, like you said, your mom's, your sister educated, and now you're educated.
Yep.
How do you think your friends would feel if you came around speaking
like when I was around?
Correct.
They would clown me. And I went through that clown, but I clown better. But that's not what I'm saying.
Right. No, I just had to throw that in. Threw it all the way. Yeah, I agree. Okay.
But me myself is, first of all, proper English is universal. It ain't for black. It ain't for black. Or it ain't for white.
I definitely agree with that.
Universal.
Definitely agree with that. Give me that.
Yeah.
English is English.
Few of these tonight. I can't give you no more. We be happy tonight.
So how many of these?
Do something.
But this shit was alright though. What's that? The blueberry?
Blue
yeah,
Martin.
you wanna go get me?
Blue Martin.
Yo, it's like the quiz. The quiz
Blue
master.
Martin make the show. Trey,
the quiz master
tonight.
Yo, I ain't gonna give you no more of these.
This was supposed to be our last night. Nah, but this shit good. But all I'm saying is, either way, it doesn't define a person. I met Serge, nigga. You can't tell this nigga he ain't a street. Oh damn, right. But fuck it, nigga. You did this time.
Something about it.
I didn't hear the beginning of the story, but I just do that.
That ain't the government though, so he good. That ain't the government. You won't find him with that name. But anyway, my nigga, like, he a real nigga from the street, and he also can
Talk white.
No. Let's get, there you go. And I don't mean it that way, but that meant the right. And he did his time. He didn't tell. He don't have to be like, what the fuck's up, nigga? Yeah, bag, pants sagging, nigga. Fuck, bitch. Like, he don't have to do that to be a real nigga, and I know that. And it takes you time to know that. Like, if my 16, 15-year-old self wouldn't know that. I'm like, this square ass nigga.
But
it takes time.
You just said it best.
I'm saying about the kid in college, like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can speak to, he's still hung with us all weekend. Just
have
a different barrier of life.
Yo, right, you just said it best though. That 50, 60. This is who I want to talk to. Like, real talk. That those cats.
Right.
Let's not the same way. I thought the same way. Like, you coming around me talking like that, man, get the fuck, like, you a cornball. You're the Carlton Banks. We don't mess with you. And little do you know, that kid can be more realer than you. That kid can be more downer than you. But just because he's educated. In fact, typically, if they're smarter, if they already had the education, they might be, if they get into that game, they might be able to manipulate that game way better. So, all I'm saying is that,
I got a question
but I don't even want to. That's the negative side of it.
The realest nigga in the joint is the most educated, the nigga who read the most books, right? Come on, you youngins,
but
man.
did he read the books in prison versus outside of prison?
I don't give a fuck. We ain't read them, man. But most of the time,
no, it's too late if you got life. Now you the most educated. I mean,
no, but my question is I don't give a fuck. We ain't read them, man. The realest nigga is the educated nigga who read all the books in prison. Is what I'm saying, and that's what I'm.
Your man was in jail. He became the lawyer and got himself out
for life.
For life.
Yeah. So what I'm telling the youngins, because at the end of everything, we like to teach something. The most educated, the niggas who's oh shit, damn, cuz y'all seen that? That was a stage. Hold on, I still got that thought. Damn, I have to put that in the
Good. No, that's all.
But what I'm saying is, to the youngins, man, niggas who telling y'all pick up that pack, them niggas come through, shoot these niggas, like, them niggas is like not the niggas you should be listening to. Listen to the niggas who are really 100% committed to making you a better person. Listen to the motherfucker who makes sense, the educated prison nigga who done did 50 years but read 60 books. Like, I think that they're more relevant to your life than a nigga who dropped out the 5th grade, never left the block, never went to another city, another country, never experienced anything. Just do your homework on who's telling you what's a real nigga and go from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just let anybody tell you what to do, man.
Hollywood Skizzer with the right words, baby. We signing out. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. subscribe, like the channel, man. Y'all see us, man.